Well, when he turned 40, Madison businessman Scott Braught noticed that he suffered from lethargy, anxiety, irrational fear, exhaustion, and mood swings. He recognized his own mental illness.
Nearly 21 million men in America suffer from depression. It's rather common, and Scott did an uncommon thing. He wrote about his illness and treatment. The book is called Into the Light, a middle-aged man's recovery from depression. And Scott joins us today.
Welcome, Scott.
Welcome. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
I mean, a lot of people get depressed once in a while, don't feel just right. Why did you know or think your symptoms were different?
I think the frequency would be one answer. The depth of those would be the other answer. You can, like you say, pass those off as a now and then situation, but sometimes when you can't pick up and move on and feel better and bounce back after a period of time, you know you have something wrong. Well,
and it's a difficult transition sometimes for men to realize men are programmed to be strong and to fight through things like that. So how did you overcome that?
The issue is it's a stigma, and we just have to admit it. And knowing that I had it in my family and in 3 generations, I could not pay attention to it. But us men like to think we're strong and tall and smart and not like to be questioned. And the truth be known, that's not always true.
Well, and it's very common among men.
The statistics are, interestingly enough, from about age 30 to 40 is when it presents itself most often. In my case, it was different. I found it to happen to me at age 40. So my stint with it was age 40 to 45. It's a long time.
So you got treated and you got better and you decided to write a book.
Yes, sir.
Why?
I made a little bet with God that if I got through this and all that it took and some of the pain and anguish, that I would stretch out and reach out and let others know that not only were they alone in this situation, but they could recover. Mental health illness has an aura of really not being able to recover. A lot of people suffer from it for a long time and take medication for a long time, and many really don't get better, or you just get a little better. And in my case, you know, I spent the last third of the book talking about what happened to me and what aggressive things I did to get better. So others might do the same, because you know the whole point is to feel good again.
Well, it's very brave to talk about it. That's the only way to fight the stigma that you mentioned earlier, is to bring it into the light, as you say in the title of your book. What is it that you hope people take away from reading your story?
The risk of exploring new treatments that might exist out there that go beyond medications and doses of medications and therapy, all of which work for others, and I would never take anything against. But in my case, if you read my book, you'd find out some things that are, you know, not so fun. I elected in electroconvulsive therapy. That involved having to put some plastic nodes against my forehead under anesthesia and having to have a slight tremor to my brain to try to realign the protons and the neurons. And I had about 10, 12 treatments across that many weeks after 5 years of trying to figure out what was wrong. And at the end of the day, through the help of a wonderful psychiatrist and anesthesiologist who are friends as well, I got better.
You're better.
And that's the moral of the story, that hope is possible. Yes.
Scott, thanks for being with us. Thanks for sharing your story. The book, Into the Light, on shelves now.
It is, and one quick add-on, $16.95 at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. If you write a check for $20, I'll donate the rest to the National Association of Mentally Ill.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Scott, thanks for being with us today.
Good to see you, Scott. Thank you so much.